Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of the Strategic Behaviors Podcast.
Vybe.
Yeah, it's your boy Kazi, aka D Double. Got my girl Whiteside with me on the right side per usual.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Come on in with us and catch a vibe. Think about it, we talk about it. You know what I'm saying? In the meantime, what's going on with you? She's over here actually working during the show.
I am.
But she don't work on other time.
Don't do that.
Anytime. Anyways, what's happening, Miss Lady? About to be on vacay.
I am.
About to be out here in these friendly blue skies.
I'm definitely driving.
Oh, you driving? I thought you was taking flight.
To Charlotte?
That's where you going?
Yeah.
What happened to Texas?
What? I went to Texas in January. What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
See?
So many
Spilling beans.
running together.
I've only been to Texas.
Hmm?
I haven't been nowhere yet, but just to Texas.
Either way, what's going on in Charlotte?
It's St. Patrick's Day bar crawl. The famous Bennett and...
Hold on, I'm confused. Nah, never mind. I got it. The bar crawl is this joint, and then the next joint is the 420 joint.
Yes, and that's in April.
Okay. See what I'm saying? So many trips. I'm confused. When you work from home and you ain't got to put in PTO.
I do put in PTO. I'm putting in PTO for when I go to Vegas in May. I'm putting in PTO.
Okay. Alright. But any other time you can take off and take your laptop with you.
Yeah, something like that.
I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what's good with the bar crawl thing, man? What's going on with that? I know it's all green affairs and...
Yeah, you have to wear your ticket is the shirt.
Right.
So everybody's going to be wearing the same shirt.
You've been going to this for what, like 2-3 years now?
Yeah, it's really nice.
And what be going on out there, Johnny?
You just, bar hop. You just bar hop, but it's like different now because I don't drink like I used to.
Right.
So we're going to see how our old age can put up with some things because I think last time it was maybe like, it was a lot of bars, like 20 at least.
I mean, Charlotte be lit, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, they're not it used to be in the at that, what's that place they call, but they don't have it no more. In downtown Charlotte, the Epic Center or whatever. They're not doing it there. It used to be like different bars in there and everywhere else.
Right.
But yeah, so it's just bars just in downtown Charlotte. But you meet at one parking lot and you just kind of go everywhere. So I mean, last time we only made to like.
So is it a difference? Is it a difference between the bar crawls that be around here and the ones that be?
No, it's just Charlotte. It's just this one is a well known, like this is their 21st one.
It's got people coming in from everywhere.
From everywhere to go. They're doing it early because I think they might be doing it twice. No, they're doing it early because theirs is this weekend. St. Patrick's Day is not technically till next weekend. It's to the 18th.
I don't know. I don't keep up with none of that shit.
I just found it out that it was on the 18th. But Charlotte itself is hosting their own bar crawl that's not this Bennett and David and Ben, I think it's called.
David Buster's?
No, Bennett.
Oh, it's David Bennett. Okay,
yeah.
My bad.
So one of the guys died. I guess who runs it, who does it. He yeah, this is the first year.
In peace to him, whoever you are, guy.
Yeah, this is first like not.
Starting off sad.
It's not sad. I mean, I don't know. So.
I mean, death is still sad, bro.
Yeah, it's sad.
Have some remorse.
I mean, okay, yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Cold-hearted like a motherfucker.
I'm not cold-hearted. I just, I was trying to look up his name, but yeah, I can't think of it.
Yeah.
But it's like over 20 bars in it. You probably gonna make it to like 6.
Me?
Yeah, I'm making it 6. And of those 6, I'm probably only drinking at 3.
I was about to say, I gotta like go into a situation like that.
Well, you're not always drinking, but
real gold. Like
the reason they be lasting longer.
2 drinks there.
But your drink could be beer too. It doesn't have to be liquor.
I don't like beer. I
don't either, but I'll drink some cider.
Which is weird. But my family heard me say that they probably disowned me.
They probably did.
But yeah, I'm not a beer drinker no more.
I'm not either, but
I've been drinking beer since I was 5.
Yeah, like apple juice,
I mean, don't cause the ESS in my pants. I'm grown now.
I was about to say, I'm the big boy now.
I'm grown now.
No, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Me and Chaz are going, and I think Siobhan is going, but she's not going with us. She going. I think she has a friend staying in Charlotte. She's staying with them.
Word. I wanted you to call. I wanted to talk to her about something too, but I mean, we'll talk about that another time. I actually was kind of
Shout out, hey girl.
Yeah, shout out to Vonnie, little chocolate ass.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But that's what's up. Outside of that, what's good with you though? You know what I'm saying? What you leaving out tomorrow?
Yeah.
You going to what?
Sunday, just the weekend.
Sunday, just the weekend.
Just a weekend trip.
For the weekend.
Well, come on. We actually have an extra ticket.
Man, look. You want me to tell you about my weekend?
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you about what's going on with you. What you got going on?
Man, look. Trying not to go the fuck off.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, real shit, like.
Must be.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Nah, though, man, like, you know, the transition I'm trying to make and everything.
Y'all had that conversation?
Huh?
Y'all had that conversation?
I ain't even get a chance to have a conversation, but it's just so much. Like, I realize now, like, because now I get to control the narrative on how I move and when I move, and now to be trying to work around another motherfucker, it bothers me.
Well, yeah.
It bothers me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and put somebody else in your plans and how you move.
Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, even down to, you know, like I was telling you, you know what I'm saying, off camera or whatever, when it came down to the situation and everything I'm going through, and you know, the back and forwards or whatever. So yesterday, you know, I showed up to do what I was supposed to do. I walked in the spot and she was like, "Oh, you're here?" I'm like,
"Where I'm supposed to be?"
"Yeah, I'm here. This is what we talked about." You know what I mean? And she was like, "I was thinking that I wouldn't tell you to come because," I know she said, "I thought that I didn't told you to come because if I didn't have the money to pay you, so I would have to pay you later." I'm like, I never heard that on the phone.
We ain't talking about that.
You know what I mean? Like, none of this shit came across the board at all or whatever. So I'm like, well, nah, I didn't hear none of that. So, you know, I was just here to do what we initially discussed. And she was like, "Well, do you trust me to pay you later?"
Yeah, give her one chance though. You taking out the game. You give her one chance.
Like, for real though. So in my mind, I was like, alright, I gotta figure out how to finesse the situation or whatever. So I didn't want to ruffle no feathers, even though my mind was like, my first thought was,
hell no,
bitch, I don't know you.
Yeah, exactly. You already give me the runaround.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Already.
Can I get a IOU trying to piece of paper?
You know what I'm saying? Like all of this or whatever. So I was like, so I flipped it on his head. I kept it kind of G. I was like, well, you know, I wouldn't be too much concerned with that because we're going to have consistent engagement with each other. So if you agree to pay me, then that was fine because I already know we're going to be around each other. You know what I'm saying? So, but then I took that and then I took it back and was like, well, since things are what they are and things are unexpected, don't worry about it. I'm tired, so let's just call it a night, and we will reconvene on Friday.
Right.
So she was like, okay, cool. Rocked out with my guy for a couple minutes, boom, 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 stepped out. You feel me? So initially it was Friday and Saturday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was Friday and Saturday. That was the original plans. That was how the whole payment and everything was supposed to work out. So
yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's
I'm thinking overnight. Yeah.
Yeah, the overnight was Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, well, I forget about the next day, but yeah.
I'm like, all right, boom. So she was like, well, I know we originally talked Friday and Saturday, so let's just do Friday to warm it up. Okay, so we changing plans again. One plan came through, that plan didn't work. Another plan came through. Let's change.
It's like, man, I'm trying to be flexible with you, but we ain't signing the paperwork.
Come on, man. Exactly, right? So boom. All right, cool. You know what? This is my mind. Hamster on the wheel, it's going. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Can I get this right?
Let's just do Friday instead. You know, no. So I said that's cool. We can do Friday, Saturday, boom, 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 boom. Then she switched it and was like, let's just do Friday. So I was like, well, you know what? Just to warm him up and get him involved in everything, we can just do Friday. Friday's great. I'll pick him up about 5:30. That'll give us an opportunity to do what we got to do, and I'll drop him off about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Boom, everything's squared away, right? Because it went from Friday and Saturday to let's just do Friday.
Yeah, but you said pick him up at 5:30 and drop him back up at 2:30. That don't make sense.
No, 2:30, 3:30 on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
I'm dropping him off Saturday afternoon, right?
Yeah.
So that's the conversation that was had. Everything was agreed on. I get to work today. let's not do Friday, let's do Saturday. Nigga.
Get your life together. I'll be like this.
Yo,
man, I'm trying to work with you, but you keep switching days, and I keep moving my stuff around.
When she said she pisses me off because she uses talk to text. I hate motherfuckers who do that. Use your goddamn
call me.
Call me.
Call me.
Yeah. Or use your thumb.
Or wait till you're done.
You know what I'm saying?
And then
like, on God, if I showed you this text and the way that I had to piece this motherfucker together.
Yeah, did she not read it before she sent?
Oh.
I hate that when people don't. You know, because I get on you about that. You be saying text without reading it.
But most of the times, that's because I've been sipping and I just,
I'm
out of there. You know, I'm not talking to text. I'm just texting and you gonna get it how I give it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But man, it's like I'm looking at this talk to text message, and even outside of that, I may have grammatical errors in my shit or misspelled words, or it may be even confusing to read. But it's 3 lines. It ain't 10. It ain't 11.
Ain't no paragraph.
It ain't no whole paragraph.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I get that. It might be a little segment. I'll be like,
sent me a talk to text message. And that bitch got a thesis in it. What the fuck? Like, what are we doing at this point? You know what I mean? So I'm like, bro, what? Like, that shit was just throwing me for a loop though. So I sent back the message, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, because I had everything laid out the way I did, and we agreed to Friday. If I do Saturday is gonna be at a later time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Malika. I let my hair hang because it's the last time y'all gonna see it like this. New year, new me. I'm about to come in this motherfucker with the DMX. I'm about to be skint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, alright. Yeah, alright.
Baldy, you feel me?
Yeah, he bald.
But
armpits.
Yeah, wow, word.
If you cut your hair, I'm gonna cut your armpits in your sleeve.
Baldy, I'm about to come back brand new on y'all. Wait till the next show, y'all gonna see something different. But yeah though, so because of what I'm doing on Saturday when I go to the barbershop, I'm like, I had plans. You know what I mean?
So we were talking about this for weeks now, and it's always been the same.
A month, at least a month or more.
I can't. And here we are the weekend of.
Just everything
on a Thursday. Today's Thursday.
Right? So I send that text, and then I'm trying to be considerate. I'm like, look, it seems like we're throwing a bunch of things at the wall. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thank God for my growth and my professionalism because I'm different. I be having a woo-saw like a motherfucker when I text. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, you know, if it seems like we throwing things against the wall and they're sticking, and this particular weekend is working, let's just do, not the upcoming weekend, but the weekend after. That way we can have a definitive date and time of things set, because this weekend seems to be a little more chaotic for both parties involved. She sends a message back saying, all I'm asking you to do is switch days. Duh! Bitch,
that's the whole thing. You've been switching days this whole time. No.
Let me retract.
It was definitely.
I don't want to call it that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I don't want to be that person. You know what I mean?
I'll be it.
But you can be that person.
Bitch.
Because I don't want her to see this.
Duh, bitch. Well, you know? I said it, and you're doing too much.
But yeah, it's like, yo. But then it's like, for me, when I start to assert myself and my positioning, don't be trying to flip it and be like, well, you're not doing this and you're not doing that, so now we're going to move into the next person. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole situation. So when you text me and you're saying, well, all I wanted to do was switch days, yeah, I get all of that. But we didn't switch plans 4 times in 2 days. You know what I mean? And it's
what
like,
if I had something planned for us on Friday,
like,
made reservations and stuff, now...
Granted, I'm taking this responsibility on. I'm also including this responsibility in other aspects of my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like she's being super inconsiderate.
I feel like you need to explain that deeper of a conversation. Like, that's a conversation you need to have. Because I think she feels like, oh, I'm just sitting around. No, lady. I have still everything going on. Like, I'm trying to include him into my life because he's going to be a part of my life. But I also don't do last minute, like, it's Thursday, bitch.
Right.
It's
but
Thursday.
You know the thing about that is, I'm the most last minute person ever. Like, you'll call me Wednesday and be like, yo, what you doing Friday?
Oh, you know, I'm today Wednesday, though. Fuck, nigga, you don't know what you doing on fucking Sunday from the next weekend? Say, I don't have any plans yet. That's how most people answer, but not him. I don't know, man.
But because I don't have plans.
Then you should say that.
I don't know.
At the moment, I don't have any plans. What's up?
No, at the moment, I don't know.
No, you do know. You do know that you don't have any plans.
But yeah, that's just how, that's how I operate. But like, it's just weird because in my personal life, I move like that. But professionally, bro, I need to know.
Yeah, professionally, it's not cool.
To know.
It ain't even got nothing to do in your personal life.
You know what I mean?
This is all professional transaction right now. And you are letting me know that you're going to be flaky. So, like, is you going to be flaky this whole time? Because we have to have a relationship. So you think I'm being flaky, but you're giving me anxiety about signing my name on the dotted line.
Come on, man.
Like, don't do that. Real. But that's good that you said that, because that growth. You keep talking about growth.
Man, look, I'm trying to grow. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean, you handled it right. I like it.
You think so?
But you still didn't have a comment. What you're saying?
I haven't replied to the.
Because what you're saying, but you have to send them like. I understand what you're saying, but I need you to see it from my perspective of we made these arrangements a month ago. And so things that I might have had planned for me and him, you keep changing days like it's just a day, but she doesn't know that, but I'm a planner. So I'm going to have something for us to do, but it might not be available on Saturday now because my schedule went around what we decided a month ago.
Right. Just
like I came here Wednesday, my plan was once you give me a date and a time, I'm going to be here. You know what I'm saying? So you're telling me that it's just a date, but I'm showing up to these dates that you keep planning.
And then you
switch it.
When I showed up, you was like, "Oh, you're here."
Yes, I'm here. Yeah, because that's what we discussed.
About, you know what I mean?
And so until I get the no and a don't be like, well, we left stuff unfinished. Just because we left stuff unfinished, you didn't say not to come.
We mean leave stuff unfinished, you know what I'm saying? And even down to it, you know what I mean? And I don't want to sit on this too long or whatever, but, you know what I'm saying? Because the day was way better. But it was like, because I'm trying to compromise the person who I am when she said that I thought I told you not to come, so forth and so on. I gave her the cop out of, oh, well, I was talking to you while I was on my truck, so maybe my truck was too loud and it drowned you out. You shouldn't have did all that. Growth.
Oh.
Because I'm trying to maneuver through this situation in a respectful fashion. And in the moment when I'm standing in somebody's house, granted, my hamster is saying,
I mean,
you ain't say nothing.
In a respectful manner, it just would have been like, I would have been quiet. Like, well, I thought I told you to come. No.
You know, because throughout the whole conversation, she, like, I was like, I can't hear you. She took herself off speakerphone, got on the phone, and then she ended it. She continued to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So she repeated what she said because I couldn't hear her.
Right.
I stopped working, put my joint so I can hear her well.
Yeah.
And none of that was said. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, though. That was yesterday. I'll figure out how to respond to that situation when I respond to it. I have not responded to it yet because I had to woo-saw, and to be honest with you, I had to talk to somebody. I actually just used the pod to talk out my personal life situations and figure out how I need to go about addressing the situation.
Oh, I guess I ain't make growth because in my head I'm like, look here. The
nigga in me was ready to go off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The nigga in me was ready to go off though. But today was like a really, really good day, man. Like, it's so crazy. So I ended up stopping at this particular spot or whatever. And this is the second week in a row they did it. I hope they make it a habit. They get one pickup a week, and they got mad trash that they need to get dumped or whatever. But it costs like $80 some per dump. So instead of paying the company like $80 some,
they give you $60.
They give me $40.
That's fine.
It ain't even back.
That's straight.
I take the $40.
$40 in my pocket.
I dump them like 2-3 times.
Let me hold $20.
Boom, boom, boom. You see it. Look, no bad shit. Like, every time I make progress, this nigga put her
$20. I ain't ate lunch yet.
Yeah,
I ain't ate no food today.
But check it though. To that statement or whatever, right? So I'm like, boom, I got y'all. Boom, boom, boom. Dump they trash, right? Take the little 40, working. I'm like, man, shit, I got a little extra paper. I ain't expect this. Let me go buy some lunch. So I go to Polo Capora. Shout out to my Hispanic people. You feel me?
You went and had lunch at a Mexican restaurant?
Went and had lunch
without me? And you know that I like
Polo Capora.
I know what that means.
Alright, just be clear. It's not like with Mexican food. It's like Mexican chicken almost, if you would say the least.
Yes.
But anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on, let me show you.
I go up there, dump they can, boom. Truck, of course, too big to go to the drive-thru. So I walked to the drive-thru. I was like, just let me get some fries or whatever. I don't really want a lot. You know what I'm saying?
With your extra dollars, you just asked for fries?
With my extra dollars. But look, though, this is how God worked.
Oh, not God. Oh, with
God
the finger.
Did.
Oh.
God.
Oh, okay.
God
You better
did.
put it down.
So it was really like I wanted some fries, but I wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? So I ordered some fries. I pulled out my wallet. I pulled out my card. Something said, put your card in your pocket. So I put my card in my pocket, and I'm standing at the drive-thru window just waiting or whatever. So the lady, she turns around, she talking to the people or whatever, boom, 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 boom. Turn around, she gives me a bag. I'm like, how much? She was like, it's on us. I said, what? Money on deck? And it wasn't even just fries, it was a whole meal.
Dang, you didn't bring me none.
Whole meal. It was my lunch, bro. Can I have a lunch break?
You did, you are.
For the working people of the world that don't work from home. Can I have a lunch break?
Oh my gosh, you killed me with that.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? We're going to talk about this every show.
I don't know why.
Until you go back to Burlington.
I mean, you be sitting down driving all day.
All right, try.
I'm just saying.
Try.
I'm just saying.
Try it.
You're sitting down just as I'm sitting down.
I'm not sitting down all day. One, try it. I would love to see you have to get up and go to work at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I get up early, so that's not a problem.
And go to work at 3 o'clock in the morning. Nigga, we ain't talking about rolling over.
I still get up. I'm up.
She roll over and reach for her nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
That
shit is not the same.
Before I even had a nigga, I still got up hella early.
Okay. Let you tell it.
I am a morning person.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna argue with you about when you wake up.
I know when I wake up, I ain't gotta argue about it.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I ain't gonna touch on it long. But I do know at the time when I was homeless and I was sleeping in your living room on a mattress.
Yeah, I didn't have to.
At 3:34 in the morning,
I be sleep.
Calling all the fucking hogs on the farm.
I be sleep because I ain't got no reason to be up. But if I had to get up, I would get up.
Out of here, you know what I'm saying?
I would get up.
I appreciate you looking out for me, even though you was.
Nah, put your damn hand down. Put your damn hand down.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So to me, today specifically though, was a good day though. You know what I'm saying? I had them 2 random moments, but I do want to touch on this shit before we get into what's on the board or whatever.
How cold it is in here?
Huh?
Go ahead.
How cold?
Yeah.
Come on, Laura, chill out. Nah, yo, I had when I went to go heat up my lunch at the gas station.
So you ate both lunches?
No, I didn't even eat the lunch that I bought. I just ate the lunch that was given to me. But I didn't eat it when they gave it to me. I finished my route and then I went to a gas station, heated it. I ate the fries. Fucking eat the fries. Yeah. But went to the gas station and I leave out the gas station, yo. And this dude looked at me and was like, "Hey, little homie,
not little homie.
Let me hold something."
Not little homie. I'm a grown ass man.
I'm a grown ass man out this bitch, bruh.
That's because I might be a little short. You call me little homie? That's like, disrespectful.
Bruh, it was so disrespectful. And then the nigga was behind me when he said it. And you know, I never mind giving to people who are in need. You know what I'm saying?
But don't disrespect me by calling me little homie. And then you coming up and creeping up behind me.
You asking for money, but I'm the little homie.
Seem like you're the little homie, but it's okay.
You
could even say, bro, I would have been like, alright, but
maybe I want to consider, because I just had extra money in my pocket that I really didn't do anything to get. Yeah. Like, you probably could have got at least half of what I had.
Yeah, but
just off the strength
you
of
called me little homie.
But you like little homie.
Little homie, let me hold $20.
And the thing is, I ain't even look back to see how tall the nigga was.
I don't even care.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the disrespect came out your mouth.
Little homie.
I'm good, little bro.
You know what I'm saying? No, I was walking away. And when I heard that, I turned. I was like, did this nigga just...
I mean, like I ain't hear him, because I know he ain't talking about me.
And I just kept walking, because I was like...
I know he ain't talking about me. My big self, I'm
the only person there. And I'm like, ain't no way in hell this nigga
but he was.
She did call me little homie and asked me for some money.
What up, little home?
Shit, bro.
But let me hold $20.
Shit, bro.
Let me hold $20.
Like, boy, you motherfucker got me fucked up out here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, anyway though, what's good, white side? I'm about to call you white boy.
You was.
White side. You know what I'm saying? You done threw some things out here, so talk to me. What you trying to bring to the table this week though? Yeah, I mean, the one thing, so y'all gonna be able to tell the differences in between the shows. She's a woman. She's a little more mature and in depth and thought provoking. I'm from Plymouth. But anyhow.
No, because he told me that I wasn't being deep enough. I was being too superficial. So don't do that.
Okay, well let's go deep. What's good? What we talking about? I'm gonna let her run this. You know what I'm saying? We got the BS out the way, so we about to get into it. Now we about to go deep.
No, it ain't deep at all.
Let's go deep.
You touched on it. When did you feel like every growth means you change, or you feel like change equals growth?
Shit. Nah, not at all.
That didn't answer the question. Not at all. What?
No, not at all. Cause
you can
grow and you can. Of course, growth. I think growth equals change, but I don't necessarily feel like change equals growth. You know what I'm saying? But like, just say for a situation where we speaking about me today, and we talking about how I'm moving and handling things professionally. That's growth and that's change. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But in a situation where I went off to school and with no influences at all, I decided to engage in negative behaviors that I never engaged in before I got to college. I changed, but I didn't necessarily grow because I regressed in comparison to who I was raised to be. You know what I'm saying? So I was participating in things that I really was never taught to participate in, and trying to be a person who I wasn't necessary. I don't even know. I hate to say who I was taught to be, because respect to my family. I always mentioned this before. I feel like I grew up. I don't necessarily feel like I was raised in a lot of cases, but so when it comes down to me talking about what was taught to me, in a lot of different cases, I wasn't necessarily taught. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of had to figure some shit out and figure out how to move about it or whatever. But as I got into my adulthood, I think that I changed into a certain person that I wouldn't necessarily consider me growing into them. You know what I'm saying? Now, looking back and seeing the person I am now, to me that would be more considered shrinkage. Because I mean, shrinkage. Pause.
Shrinkage is real. Shrinkage is real.
Big pause on that. You know what I'm saying?
Not big pause. Well, I hear what you're saying. I agree with it a little bit more than partially. But I would say you said that you were doing things that you wouldn't normally do.
Right.
But I don't feel like that's not growth. I feel like it was change, and I feel like it was change for showing you what kind of person you are independently. So I feel like you might have saw it as a negative thing, but it was kind of both. Like, yeah, you probably doing some things you shouldn't have done, but it was you making your own decisions without other people around you.
But that's the thing, I always
did that?
You know what I'm saying? That's why I go back to my original point where I say
you grew up and not raised.
But I wasn't necessarily raised.
So you didn't have the instructions you feel like you wasn't given, like, you might have been given a paper of something, you had to read it yourself and figure it out instead of being like taught it.
Down to the core of everything, you know what I'm saying? And like, I love everybody who, helped me throughout my younger years, but I say this shit, I never, as a child, never can recall somebody say, hey, don't you go outside without doing your homework. I never can recall somebody saying, "Did you do your homework?
Did you brush your teeth tonight?"
I don't recall anyone asking me what's going on with your education. It was more so a situation where, let me see your report card.
The end of all.
The end result.
Without helping me in between.
Without helping me in between or doing anything of that magnitude. It was just more so, let me see your report.
Well, then that's why I feel like your answer is the way it is. Because you look at it. I mean, I think they go hand in hand. For me, I think if you're growing, then you're going to have to make a little bit of change. And if you're changing, you're not the same person obviously you was before. So, I mean, it could be going back in a different way, like going negative.
I mean, the only reason why I say that, and this was to touch on something that I actually wanted to touch on for to add nugget or whatever. You look at change comparison to growth. The boy right now, John Morant, you know what I'm saying? I hope the boy get his shit together or whatever. But this young man grew up in a 2-parent household, actually grew up to be a successful NBA basketball player, and never really showed any signs of being affiliated with anything from the streets. Got to the NBA, he's currently in his 4th year, millions of dollars in the bank, and now all of a sudden he wants to be a thug. That's not growth, that's change.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good example. Okay.
So when you compare growth to change, it's like, bro, what are you doing right now?
Mm-hmm.
You out here fighting mall security, or you running up on 17-year-olds because they check the ball too hard against you, and then you go and you literally was like, should I do it to him? Should I do it to him? You an NBA player, 4 years in the league,
right,
because he checked you too hard. And I don't know. I know you don't know a lot about sports, but if you play,
I know what
it's like check ball.
I know how to check a ball.
Check ball. Then the person
get it.
Throw it back at you real hard.
I know.
Like check ball. I'm just saying. I know.
I play street ball.
Oh my motherfucker.
That's the only. That's the only game I know how to play. Is street ball. I only know how to play street ball.
Now, Jesus.
I foul out on regular NBA ball, but I can play street ball.
Yeah. You learned that at the Boys and Girls Club?
I did.
Okay.
Going to the playgrounds in the neighborhood, you know, when you're supposed to be home by a certain time, but you at the playground or you at the basketball court looking at other guys play. Yeah.
Okay, alright, cool. But yeah, in any case though, you know what I mean, that
took it personal.
Happened, and he took it personal, went inside and came out with a gun in his waistline. You know what I mean? And it's like, and then he, I don't know if you've seen
what is he trying to prove? That he can be hard?
Again.
Yeah.
Then he went on Instagram Live a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week ago, and he in the strip club, shirt off, pull out his little ass gun. I'm like, my nigga, what the fuck are you gonna do with that? Other than probably shoot a nigga in the leg and
or
maybe
shoot your own self on accident.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But again, comparing what you're talking about as far as growth and change.
Okay, that's a good example.
You know what I'm saying? How many changing? He's really changing, but he's regressing. You know what I'm saying? In a major way. Or at the end of the day, maybe this person was him, but it took for him to get millions of dollars in the bank. No one knows. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking from an outside perspective, but at the same time, it just almost seems like
I think he's using what I'm saying then because he's feel like I'm growing because I get to be who I want to be. Like I'm okay with being okay who I am. That's his growth.
That could be the case, but at the end of the day, me personally, nigga, you stupid. Nigga, you're stupid.
Okay, so then
next year you got a contract to kick in for like $250 million.
Yeah.
And you want to be in the strip club with your shirt off with a little ass pistol?
Can you do it on off season where ain't nobody really care?
I don't want to do that shit no season.
Yeah. How old is he?
24.
Yeah, he's doing 24 people's shit though.
And that is true too.
He's at the age where he's gonna flip flop.
When you are in certain positions, it real shit.
That's why I feel like it's
say, "Oh, he's just a young man. He's doing young man shit." You have to acknowledge the gifts that you've been blessed by God with.
True.
And you can.
And it takes a lot of responsibility.
Like a normal 24-year-old.
Yeah,
it just is what it is.
It is. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
It is.
There's no excuses behind the shit because if you've been blessed and put in a certain position,
comes with responsibility.
You have to acknowledge the position you're in within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
It should make you want to be a little bit older because you're in a different...
Especially in 2023 because you didn't have so many examples of all the wrong ways to do it. You know what I'm saying? And we talking back in 1983, 93, before so much shit became viral. They literally got a whole documentary out called Broke about all these athletes that made millions on millions on millions, and then these niggas ain't got nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like I was picking on that guy who, what's his name, that drive that Toyota Corolla or whatever he drive. He still drive to this day because they would call him cheap, but he was like, I'm saving my money.
Oh, I don't know exactly if you're talking about the same person that I'm thinking about, but I do know that it was a running back for the Washington Redskins a couple of years ago, and he drove a Honda Accord, actually.
That could be it,
even though he was in the NFL.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
His teammates was like, bro, what are you doing? You need to get a new car, so forth and so on.
Like, wow, this car get back and forth.
Bro, this car get me to the practice facility just
Exactly.
fine. His name is Alfred Morris, whatever. And he made a couple of $1 million while he was in the league, but his NFL career was about 7 years long.
That's short?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, but the thing about it is that running back years are short because you take so much pounding.
Mm-hmm.
You literally running into a fucking wall 70 times a day.
Yeah.
That's any NFL player, but as a running back especially, because either you running the ball or you blocking or some shit like that or whatever. Nobody's meant to run into a wall
that
70 times a fucking day
yeah.
and keep living a normal life for a long time period or whatever. But anyway,
he got in what he needed to come in for and got out.
He got his millions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now you take that, because you got people that don't realize this is the small professional sports. If God bless you, it's this small.
Yeah.
Life, it's this
big.
You feel?
You have to invest, flip it. You know what I'm saying? Put some money away. Yeah. I like when he said that. When I heard about it, I was like,
like for real though.
What I tell you all the time. Don't forget where you came from.
Like, that's why I still got my whip with no air conditioning in it. I love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm about to swap out and go get that joint. You know what I mean? I mean, the weather go up and down anyway. You know
I know, but why you wait till it's about to be summertime? It's been cold.
Just to give me that humble feeling. I need that humble feeling. Riding with the windows down, pollen flying all.
Not right now. Yeah, maybe wait till the pollen done. Just be sweating. Don't be sweating and sneezing because of the pollen. Or be yelling inside.
Through the car,
yeah, that's okay. I'm good on it.
Real talk though, man.
Good on
like, I thank God I got another car or whatever. I got multiple cars to do what I do. I got a car that I can be fresh on.
Grip. Let me hold $20.
Yeah, I'm saying. But funny thing, you see how I just skipped over.
Exactly. See what I'm talking about, people? See what I'm talking about, people?
I be riding in the whip, and I used to hit the seat. Poof. It'd be like, poof. Pollen everywhere, because I had to ride with the windows down because I ain't had no air conditioning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm glad.
But look at what God has done for me.
Oh.
I ain't in that position no more.
Oh.
I'm better today than I was yesterday.
Oh.
I'm better this year than I was yesteryear.
Yesteryear?
Yesteryear is what I said.
Now, y'all.
Come on now.
Okay. Okay.
But so I guess just to put a button on this joint, growth, change, one and the same or different? What you think?
I mean, I think there are different examples. I guess it just depends on the situation. I used to think it was kind of go hand in hand.
Definitely not.
Yeah, I mean, I guess different situations.
Because I'm a thug. I've changed. Yeah, I mean, this was interesting.
What is that?
This next joint.
Oh, because we having a conversation with my pen pal. And
pen pal alert.
He gonna really make that sound. He gonna try to look for that sound. Look out for it. Because he was saying how I had this conversation like a while ago with me. With me and Bay, and then I had a conversation with pen pal, and we was like, I said, how would you feel about if we wasn't segregated anymore? I mean, if we went back to being like separate.
Yeah, we desegregated.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about it?
Do you feel like that we could?
The mother niggas out right now. I'm just playing.
So what's up, my guy? No, what I'm talking about.
Yo, I had a good day, so I kind of feel like being silly, and the fact that she went deep on me, I'm gonna try to remain on par.
But he's not. So, do you feel like we could survive as a people?
I can be childish at times. Hell yeah.
That's what I said. But the other half, he made some good points. His points were, we're not united enough. It's not too many people who are in our statue who will come back and put their hand down to grab other people up to where they are. So we'll have like more leadership. I don't want to say the word leadership because I don't know if we would even have that same type of structure if we was to go back and I don't think we would need presidents and would you want to do all of that?
Well, first off, you already know you kind of going down a little bit of lane that I live in a little bit or whatever. But in any case, the one thing that people may not want to necessarily touch on when it gets down to the nitty-grittiness of it is that it really boils down to legislation and the construction of whatever the governing body is. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say we're going to paint this hypothetical picture where black people over here, white people over there. For what it is or for whatever it's worth, the colonizers that came over here, they already put a blueprint into play about what a democracy could look like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we already have a blueprint of what it necessarily could be. The thing about the Constitution and the dream that they paint as the American dream is that if white people would actually live up to what it was written as, then there wouldn't even be a need
You're right.
for segregation.
You're right.
You know
You're right. But you wrote it but didn't want to follow it.
Right.
Okay.
Even within the Constitution, you're saying man are created equal, right? Yeah. But within the same letter of work, you're saying black people are 3/5 of man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it takes 3 men to create 1 white person, but yet all men are created equal. You know what I'm saying? So when you put something in the legislation like that, and if you get into the whole politics of things, people still revert back to our Constitution is this, our Constitution is that, not understanding that these people who wrote these constitutions or that wrote the Constitution were not considering us in the situation.
Do you feel like they just wrote it to sound good, to make it seem like they were
They wrote it as the American dream. Some people, mostly conservatives, would say that the forefathers had foresight into what America could be, but I think that's bullshit.
Because if that was the case, then
we wouldn't be 3/5 of them.
Exactly.
Hands down. And I'm gonna keep
even treated like that
particular point, because even in today's society where we're not considered 3/5 of a man, there's still legislation that been put in place that makes us feel less than a man or black woman because of how the laws present themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's been going on and on and on for years. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my grandpa, I love you. You know what I mean? But my granddad on his dying bed, real talk, it's so crazy just to revert back to this particular situation. But on my granddad's dying bed, he was talking to my grandma, talking to my dad, and he was like, I want to tell you something. And she was like, what's up, Edward? What you want to say to me? What you want to say to me? He said, you remember that day I came home and you told me I stink and I had to take my clothes outside because I spilled too much gas on my clothes at work that day? And she was like, yeah, I remember that. Why you bringing that up? He said, I didn't spill no gas necessarily on my clothes. She was like, well, what you talking about and why you bring this up? He said, I burnt down the school. He burnt down my mom and my Aunt Tiny's school because their educational books were not up to par with the white people's school. You know what I'm saying? He said, fuck it. He had went up to the school a couple of times before, talking to them, letting them know like why my babies gotta learn from these old, torn, wore down, raggedy books. And they just kept saying, well, these are the books we got. And he mentioned to them, I went to the other school because my granddad helped, my grandpa helped build highways in Atlanta and helped build construction sites, build schools and all of that. He saw what the black kids had
versus what the white kids had.
So he told them, yo, you know what I'm saying? You're lying to me. And when they didn't comply, he burned the school down. You know what I'm saying? And on his last days on this earth, my grandma said, why did you do that? My dear, why did you do that? Because I want my babies to have new stuff.
Right. Since they said, I'm going to burn it.
Since they ain't got new stuff, because they ain't got it, whatever, I'm going to burn it down, and that ain't got no choice but to use new stuff or whatever. And I just take that moment and I fast forward up to today. It's the same things taking place. Those laws and the legislation that was put in place back then, it's the same thing. But just to get back to whether or not we would separate, whether we could survive if we separate, I think that we would be able to do so because we have a blueprint of what does and what doesn't work. And I feel like as black people, we do have enough leadership amongst us that if we were to actually have our own isolated piece of land and our own income and how we can, I mean, in a nutshell, Black Wall Street.
I understand that, and that's what I was on the same agreement. Like, I think we could survive, and he was just saying, like,
as a nation, it'll be difficult.
Yeah,
because
they can't.
A nation, people like to impede on other nations.
Exactly. He said it would just start another war because if we come out, things that they're used to us doing and providing and the knowledge, and he was like, well, he wanted to be more inclusive, and he was saying, how about we just take out saying we the United States of America, just saying we the States of America, because nobody's united. And he said he felt like
already called us that.
And he felt like that. What if they come up with some type of cure? I said, why do you feel like we don't have that same? Like, who do you feel be working in the lab with them?
It's Black sciences.
It is a lot of Black. He said, I said, they're not named. They're not given the same publicity as everybody else, but they're not in these laboratories by themselves. Like,
right.
So I was like,
anything that there is a white person doing,
there's a black person doing. And that was my whole thing. So then he said, so then what do we do with the other races? He said, you're talking about segregating like blacks. And I said, no, I'm just talking about everybody. He was like, but so you say you have a problem? I'm not saying I have a problem with even white people. I like some white people.
Your white side.
My white side. But I do feel like it's
white people.
I don't say I love them, but I have some that because I'm not so big on looking at color, but I do realize that, and I had made this statement when we was talking. Do you feel like we're more racist than white people?
No, because I think racist is the short-term word for racism, which is a systematic thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like we may have more prejudice against white people.
Okay, I get that.
Because we stereotype them.
Just like they stereotype us.
Just like they stereotype us. But I feel like because of what was passed down to us from our elders, more so, we're just automatically taught not to trust them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
In situations where I don't think, because our grandparents were done so wrong by white people, it's like, don't trust them. But then you have probably, even, I hate to say it in this fashion, because white people, of course, being a majority of this country, a lot of white people I take that back. A percentage of white people don't necessarily say that blacks are bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I know, and I can only speak from my personal experiences, the elders in my family, when it come down to trusting white people,
oh yeah,
it's a no-go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a no-go for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you gotta understand, my mom's was born in 1960. She didn't have a white friend until high school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My grandma, my dear, she said she never had a conversation with a white person until she was an adult.
And that's crazy, right?
You know what I'm saying?
But I would say the same thing for my grandma, but I would look at pictures at her house, and it was always some random white woman and girl in the picture. And so
I said, I love recipe.
And so I asked, and they said she used to take care of this white little girl, and she would be in like pictures, just like randomly be sitting in the corner, or she got the same one of these pictures, like, what do you call them, life touch pictures?
Yeah, the little glamour shots.
Little glamour shots. Just sitting there. I said, who is this? And she like named her like her name Debbie. Like, who is this lady? Like, I'm looking through all the old school pictures, some kind of like brown and white, not black and white, and you could clearly see that this is white lady. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, they was just, that's such and such. Yeah, she's come around a lot of times. Okay, who is she? Right. Who the fuck is she?
Yeah, it's weird though, because I got the photo albums. I think I was back home not too long ago looking through photo albums, and it's like, oh, that's your cousin, this such and such, and that's your uncle, and that's your other cousin, and that's well, who is this person?
Right.
Yeah, I'm
y'all skipping over. Who is this?
He used to just come around. Yeah, all right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of suspicious to me.
But yeah, though, you know what I mean? But, as far as the whole separation of race thing, though, just to kind of stay on top of it as much as we can, I feel like, especially because of today's society and how things are set up, we definitely could survive on our own, because we have a blueprint. And I feel like all we necessarily need is the land, because more so today, because everything is outsourced. Yeah. America land isn't worth shit.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got a couple of spots or whatever where you get oil from and things of that nature.
But it's everything. It's nothing here.
Right. It's really nothing.
Everything
here.
is.
We fucking tried this soil out.
It's done for.
You know what I'm saying? So everything is outsourced. Therefore, everything is contractual. So now at this point, it's based on what you can negotiate from an outsourcing perspective.
Well, okay, so because
it would be difficult. It would be the difficulty for me would come into gaining respect from a global perspective. And
so he was saying they have connections that we just don't have. I said because we won't put in that predicament to negotiate.
They came and they colonized everything.
Exactly, but I feel like because he was saying like he was like we take the East Coast, they take the West Coast. I said, see, in my head when I'm thinking of like we're segregated, I'm just thinking of because you can't really separate us. We're like we're here and they're there.
Right.
I feel like it'll be like it could get that way, but I think in the beginning it's gonna be we're gonna still all be here, and let's say we're all gonna be here in Raleigh, but you don't go to my movie theater, you go to your movie theater, like separate that way.
That shit gonna be whack. That shit gonna be whack as hell because you can't do one. You can't. I mean, I guess we're speaking hypothetically.
You're thinking hypothetically, like
at the end of the day, that's impossible because at this point, America is token itself as the melting pot of the world.
I feel like they're gonna start a war. They're gonna want what we have because that's always how it's been.
Yeah, again.
And it's gonna be
if you give us a certain amount of land and say, okay, all you guys go there. Because even if you really think about it, because white people are the majority in this country. If you say we take the East, they take the West, it's not enough land west for all the white people. So now they're going to be suffering from overpopulation.
Well, how they tell us, go back to where you came?
Where did they come from?
Well, I mean,
I don't want to say. I can say that. I'm not going to say that.
This is the funny part. I was watching something on TV, and it was like it was like a video. It wasn't even on TV, and it was Jerry Springer hosting a show about kids who hate, and the little boy raised his hand. It was a whole. The audience was nothing but kids, and it was kids on the stage, and he was like, everybody should just. He was like, yeah, I think they should just go back, and he was like, but back where? She was like, back to Africa. He was like, well, you're talking about everybody to go back to where they come from. He was like, you came here too, so where will you go?
Where the fuck?
And so then she was like, what do you mean? Like this is our home? And he was like, no.
It's not.
Indians lived here before.
Black.
I mean, I was like, so she was like. And then the other white guy was like, well, Jesus said, and he started naming this one scripture. And it was like, but what does that got to do about what we talking about right now? He was like, well, we got more majority of it, so they just need to go back to where they ain't that much majority yet. And it was like crazy hearing it from the kids. Like, I was sitting like, she was like, yeah, they just need to go back. And her mouth just dropped like, he was like, well, you're not from here either. You were brought here too.
Right.
So, it was funny. It was interesting to me. That's why I just wanted to ask because we was going back and forth. I was like, he was just feeling like we don't have as many resources as they do. I said, no, you just not know of all the resources we have. I said, I think we have enough as far as in like leadership wise to lead us like financially and in the right direction. When we need more people, that means some people have to reach back down to pull some people back up. And I feel like that's my issue where we don't have that. We don't have the unity enough. I feel like it's still gonna be dangerous. I feel like
the thing is though, and I feel like you're kind of falling into a trap because you talk about the division amongst black people, lack of unity amongst black people. I think that we are actually more unified
than it looks.
This picture was portrayed because we can see our circles,
but that's it.
We see our circles, we be like, yo, we unified. I'm cool with this person. I'm cool with
exactly.
That person. But then when we get on our phones. And then we get on TV.
It don't look like
laptops. It's not that, but you're not understanding that those objects are meant to portray us
as we're not being
divided.
Okay, I give you that one. I give
that. But in
all
actuality, like I hate that they say black on black crime. Black on black crime is not a thing. Crime is based off of proximity.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? If I
lack of resources.
If I happen to commit a violent act. Who the fuck am I hurt?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you think about it, violence where there's a multitude of people dying from one particular person or one particular act, it's mostly a white person committing that crime against either their race or.
So that's that was somebody said that it was because somebody had brought the point up that they was like, well, it's more white people in jail than there's black people, and then his word was he said that it was more white people in the world, so why would you expect there not to be more white people in jail?
Nah, you gotta look at that shit from a percentage perspective. You know what I mean? It's like it may be more white people in jail than black people, but if you basing it off a percentage and population wise, black people are in jail at a higher
rate.
percentage. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that you really gotta consider. The numbers or the exact number count don't really matter.
Exactly.
You really gotta look at the percentages of how everything is broken down within society or whatever. So that's how I feel about all of that or whatever.
Okay, well, we don't have to go something no more. I'm gonna bring it back.
Put a button on it. We can survive. I promise that.
I do believe that. I do believe that we survive.
Feel like
it's going. I would love to see it. I don't if it ever happened, but it'd be nice to see. It'd be real nice to see. It really would be.
I don't know if it'd be nice to see or not. You know what I'm saying? Because for me personally, I just want to be happy. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care whether I'm standing beside a black, Spanish, or person. I mean, I guess that. I want to be happy, and I want to be safe, and I want my kids to be happy, and I want them to be safe.
I guess it's kind of like being able to like see it, but not maybe like.
Yeah, I mean, it would be like.
It's like Wakanda, like we go there, but you can leave, and it's like there.
We would have actually, if you like real talk, the government passed legislation tomorrow and said, okay, if you're black and African American, we have designated this particular land within this landmark for you, and by the year 2027 we intend on all African Americans or black people to be in this particular space. It would be so beautiful. But at the end of the day, do you not realize that we are the culture of America?
Man, we take the culture. We take the culture out. It's gonna be so bland.
Come on, bro.
That's what I was saying. I was like, it's gonna be bland. That's what he said. They're gonna want to take from us.
It ain't gonna be no more Golden Corrals. It ain't gonna be no Popeyes.
Okay.
It ain't gonna be no like real talk. Like I mean, that's just it. Ain't gonna be no NBA. Ain't gonna be the NFL.
Man, I don't NBA.
No, for them.
Oh yeah.
You gotta understand.
They're gonna collapse. It's gonna collapse.
That make the money off of all the extra stuff or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna collapse.
Like, it's gonna be so many different things, and I'm being ignorant right now at this particular point. But at the end of the day, it's so many different things that black people. Bro, do you know these people will go crazy if these white people? I can't go to a Rihanna concert. Oh my God. I can't go see Jay-Z. I can't go see Kendrick Lamar. Are you serious?
Oh God. No
Drake. I'm transracial. I'm black now.
Oh like, no, they're gonna make that up to make themselves come over there.
Everything trans at this particular point.
You right.
There's gonna be some black.
That's a whole. They trans white. Oh yeah, everybody don't want to come either. You have to think about that too. There's gonna be some black people that do not want to come. So I get that.
Exactly, and I love black people.
Yeah, but
if they did do that, I want to be in a black neighborhood, but I don't want to be with niggas. It's a difference.
You'll be on a different scale.
It's a difference.
So then, okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. This is gonna be my last, and we'll put a pin in for next week because what start happening is I said, if you took racism out, then we start saying taking racism off the board. I said, no, you could do that. I said, well, then we're in our own separate spaces. Now you're gonna have classism but
classism is what it really boils down to anyway.
And that was my point at the end of it all. I said it ain't even so much about color these days. It is I'm better than you. It's a class thing. It's a class thing on all races. Everybody.
Sure.
That's what it was back in the day, way before everything. It was always classism.
Facts, man. Yo, I hate that the time died away from the show. I'm sorry, people. I got shit to do.
See? She try to tell me I ain't got shit to do.
Whatever. Yeah, I mean.
I'm about to go cook dinner.
Yeah, before she take off. You know what I'm saying? Again, though, we went deep. Real quick.
You try to tell me I won't deep.
Bang. In and out.
I'm done with you. Y'all, he is having a great day because he has free Mexican food and he didn't give me none. Look, I'm still on it. I'm gonna make it by me. White side. I'm gonna have to change my name.
By somebody's baby daddy. And
no, don't say it. Don't say it.
I ain't even gonna get into it though. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe.
Hey, go check us out.
I appreciate all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get active on social media a little more.
Watch out for our pages coming soon, okay?
Facts on facts.
I got y'all.
Again, man, it's the Strategic Behaviors Vibecast. Catch a vibe. We out.